Good day, I am MITCH OLPOS, and in this presentation, I will describe the dengue burden in the Philippines, particularly in terms of the cases and deaths. But first, let us define what dengue is, what causes it, and how can it be identified. Dengue is a mosquito-borne virus endemic in tropical and subtropical countries like the Philippines. Why? This is because high temperature, humidity, and unplanned rapid urbanization create ideal conditions for infected mosquitoes to spread the dengue virus. So, where does the virus come from? The dengue virus, or DENV, is mainly spread through the bite of the female mosquito, scientific name Aedes aegypti. These mosquitoes can be identified by the black and white stripes on their body. Dengue has four known serotypes, namely DENV1, DENV2, DENV3, and DENV4. All of these serotypes are present in the Philippines, although DENV1, 2, and 3 are predominant. Let's look at the dengue transmission cycle. How does the dengue virus spread? Scientists have hypothesized that the dengue viruses evolved in non-human primates and jumped from these primates to humans in Africa or Southeast Asia between 500 and 1000 years ago. This makes humans the primary host and source of the virus. But dengue cannot be directly spread from one person to another. Rather, it is spread through the bite of an infected female mosquito. So when an uninfected mosquito bites a person who has the virus in their bloodstream, the mosquito becomes infected. An infected mosquito can then transmit that virus to a healthy person by biting them, and that person is now infected, thus creating a cycle of infecting more and more people. The person infected will develop symptoms after a few days. The incubation time for dengue is 3 to 14 days. The infected mosquitoes can continue transmitting the virus to healthy people for their entire lifespan, which generally lasts for 3 to 4 weeks. Now, what are the dengue symptoms? How do we know if we have dengue? It typically takes 4 to 5 days after being infected for a person to develop symptoms, which can last for a week or longer. According to the data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 in 4 people infected with dengue will get sick. Meanwhile, about 1 in 20 people who get sick will develop severe dengue, which symptoms can be life-threatening. Now, what are these symptoms? There are 3 phases of dengue symptoms that a person may go through: the febrile phase, the critical phase, and the recovery phase. For the febrile phase, the infected person can develop the following symptoms: headaches, high fever, pain behind the eyes, bone pain, nausea or vomiting, rashes, and muscle and joint pain. In the critical phase, the person develops more severe symptoms, including hypotension or low blood pressure, pleural effusion, ascites or the accumulation of fluid in the peritoneal cavity, and gastrointestinal bleeding. The next is the recovery phase. In this phase, the person can experience the following symptoms: altered mind, seizures, itching, and slow heartbeat. A little trivia: the first recorded dengue epidemic in Southeast Asia occurred in Manila, Philippines in 1954. Now, here is the global infection rate for the dengue virus. As of the 2022 data from the World Health Organization, these are the following statistics of dengue worldwide. As of 2022, there are about 98 million to 400 million recorded cases of dengue worldwide. Majority of the symptoms are mild and asymptomatic. The global deaths per year caused by dengue is up to 20 to 40,000. Dengue is now endemic in over 100 countries. Furthermore, 40% of the world's population reside in dengue endemic areas, which is about 3.9 billion people. Now, what are these dengue endemic areas exactly? These are mostly urban and suburban areas, which, as I have mentioned, have high temperature and humidity. Now here are the number of dengue cases and deaths recorded in the Philippines in the year 2012 to 2022. Let's go through them one by one. As for the cases, these are the recorded cases in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. As we can see, the numbers have spiked a little with 240,000 cases, and this is 2019. The number almost doubled with 437,000 cases. In 2020, the start of the pandemic, the dengue cases went significantly low to 88,000 cases. It went lower in 2021 and higher in 2022. So based on that data, the lowest number of cases were in 2021 with 79,000, while the highest number of cases were in 2019 with 437,000. Also in 2019, the Department of Health announced a national dengue epidemic in the Philippines, which I'm going to expound on later. Moving on to the deaths, these are the recorded deaths in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Based on the data, the year with the lowest number of deaths was in 2020 during the height of the pandemic. Meanwhile, the highest was in 2019. Next, we have the fatality rate. In epidemiology, the case fatality rate is the proportion or percentage of people who died of dengue among those who were infected. So again, we have our number of cases and then deaths, and here is the fatality rate each year. Going back to the 2019 national dengue epidemic, here's what happened. In August 2019, the Department of Health declared a national dengue epidemic. Based on their data, there were 106,000 cases reported, which is almost double the number of cases reported in the same period in 2018. In terms of death, there were 456 deaths, which is an increase compared to 317 in the same period in 2018. The case fatality rate was 0.43%, which was actually lower than the 0.55% in 2018. Among the dengue cases, 53% of the infected were males, while 47% were females. Among these cases, 23% are children from 5 to 9 years old. Among the deaths, 47% who died were males, while 53% who died were females. Among these deaths, 39% were children ages 5 to 9. Now these are the recorded cases and deaths in 2022 by region. Let's go through them one by one. First, we have the cases in Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Region 5, Region 6, Region 7, Region 8, Region 9, Region 10, Region 11, Region 12, in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, in the Cordillera Administrative Region, in Caraga, and in the National Capital Region. As we can see, Region 5 had the lowest number of cases with only 1,700. Meanwhile, Region 3 has the highest number of cases with 44,700. Moving on to the deaths by region. In Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Region 5, Region 6, Region 7, Region 8, Region 9, Region 10, Region 11, Region 12, BARMM, CAR, Caraga, and NCR. Both Regions 1 and 8 had the lowest number of deaths, which is 14, while Region 7 recorded the highest number of deaths with 103. And this is the case fatality rate. Now, based on those data, here are the top 5 regions with most cases in 2022. On the top, we have again Region 3, Central Luzon with 44,700 cases. Next is Calabarzon with 19,600 cases. After that is Region 2, Cagayan Valley with 18,500 cases. Next is Region 7, Central Visayas with 17,696 cases. And fifth is Cordillera Administrative Region with 15,400 cases. Now, in order to prevent dengue, the Department of Health had launched a campaign which they called the Dengue 4S strategy. What does the 4S stand for? The first S stands for Search and Destroy Mosquito Breeding Sites. These could be on buckets, gutters, trash cans, old tires, or any container that holds stagnant water where the mosquito can lay their eggs. Next S stands for self-protection measures, like wearing long pants and long-sleeve shirts and daily use of mosquito repellent. The third S stands for seek early consultation, especially if early symptoms arises. And the last S stands for support, fogging or spraying, but only in hotspot areas where increase in cases is registered for 2 consecutive weeks to prevent an impending outbreak. And that's it for this presentation. Thank you so much for listening.